Welcome, Your Highness. I'm so glad that you have arrived. I hope that your travels were safe and relatively uncomplicated. Yes, my land has quite a cumbersome location, but I suppose I endure it for the safety it brings to my people. But please, let us save the talk about our territory for a later date. Perhaps when we return from the honeymoon. I don't believe that, aside from the letters we have sent back and forth to one another over these past couple of months, that we have formally introduced ourselves. I am Princess Roane, pleased to officially meet you. It is a pleasure to meet you as well, my liege. You're probably weary from the journey from your lands to mine, and no doubt with all the extra effort it took to get here, you're probably quite tired. Why don't you follow me to my home, where you will be staying with me while we await the wedding next week? I assure you it's no trouble at all. I take great pleasure in knowing that the one who I am going to marry will be able to stay with me, making it easier to get to know one another before the big ceremony. All of our brother and sister nations will be attending, not to put any pressure on you. Well, let us make our way to my home, shall we? Here we are. Thank you for your assistance, guards. I do not require anything more, so please enjoy the rest of your evenings. After you. All right, let's get some things out of the way. What's going on between us, strictly business. Oh, please, you had to have known that this was strictly just a political move. Why would I give up the life that I live in order to settle down and have babies? I spend my days eating delicious food, drinking the finest wines, talking with and enjoying my time with the family I have chosen for myself, and being able to be with anyone I choose. Oh. Oh, no. Please, don't tell me you actually believed this was going to be... Oh, good Lord, you did. I can see it in your eyes. Let me guess. Perhaps you kept yourself locked away in your home, away from the outside world and your people, because you felt so rejected by society for so many years. But then one day you receive a letter from Princess Roane, and you were so bewitched by someone like myself giving you the invitation to flirt back and forth with parchment paper handwritten especially for you with a spritz of my finest perfume. And you were hooked. Like a moth to the flame, you were hooked. Don't mind my hand on your chin. I just want to get a better look into those eyes of yours. Beautiful eyes. Naive, I'll admit, but those eyes of yours sure do hold some spark in them. It's honestly quite refreshing to meet someone who's so easily deceived. But you see, there's a danger to that. Perhaps not with me specifically, but were you to have fallen into a back-and-forth flirtation and agreeing to an engagement with another, who knows how easily that spirit could have been broken. Trust me, a 1,500-year-old elf such as myself has learned very quickly that trust is something you should never hand over to someone in the form of a letter. If you're debating whether or not to go through with this wedding now that you know the truth behind my intentions, I must remind you that we both need this. Your land can easily be conquered, as it is out in the open and one of the very first points on a map for humans to find, and my armies require more soldiers that you can provide. So, really, if you think this is a bad idea, I hope I have simplified it enough for you to realize that this is more fitting as an arrangement rather than a betrothal. Aside from it just being an arrangement, we will absolutely not be involved with just one another. We will do the traditional wedding, looking good for the public, standing as a united front and merging our resources together. But aside from that, We sleep in separate rooms and with whomever we choose, as well as making sure our families are protected and taken care of. Why do I act this way? Well, you see, it is very simple. Love doesn't exist. Marriage is not meant for love, it is meant for gain, which is exactly what we will both have once this whole thing is done and over with, and we can go about our normal lives. I realize that this is something you were not expecting, so I encourage you to retire to your room that I have prepared for you and think things over. I know you are an intelligent royal such as myself, so I trust that when I wake tomorrow morning, you will have the answer that is going to be best for the both of us. So, with that, I wish you good night, pleasant dreams, and I shall see you in the morning.